In general, most people start their career at an entry-level position. As you continue through your introduction to your new tasks, you start to gain some confidence and grow into the job shown here by the mushroom. You have to get through some of the initial obstacles and hindrances represented by the Goomba and the Koopa Troopas. As you develop in your position, you generally begin to take on different roles and responsibilities shown in the form of the leaf power-up. In your career, you are also introduced to important things such as benefits and savings for retirement. This 1-up represents the benefits you will receive throughout your career that can be beneficial in getting you through to retirement.
The next level in the first stage of our career puts us in a new environment and offers a look into some new elements. The first thing we should take notice of is the use of the P that turns all coins into bricks and all bricks into coins. Bricks act as stepping stones to help you with the task, and then they can be turned into coins, and this represents the benefits which we often pay for but are hidden to us until we have use for them. The other element we would like to take notice of is the star power that we obtain in this level. It makes us temporarily untouchable and on the fast track through the level. This represents becoming the go-to person in your job. There are still small obstacles that you have to avoid, such as holes in the ground, but a lot of the other hindrances that you experience, such as lack of trust or confidence, are avoided and you're able to move through free and easy.
After you have completed this level, you are given a choice to take 3 different paths. Each path has its own rewards or misfortunes to offer. You can skip over levels 3 and 4 and choose to go into the fortress. However, you will definitely miss out on some connections that could greatly be helpful in the long run.
Sometimes in our careers, a supervisor or connection higher up recognizes potential in you early in your career for a leadership role. Without your knowledge, they can begin to set you up to succeed by providing you with tasks that are beneficial to your career or even monetarily. This is seen here with the music note that takes us into the clouds to collect coins and a 1-up. The knowledge that we gained and connections that we have made through the early stages or before we started our career allow us to gain tools to warp us through different stages of our career and skip some altogether, shown here by obtaining the warp whistle.
The matching game, which gives us a chance to earn multiple lives in the game, is like performance appraisals. Depending on how well you have done, you're able to go further in your career. Or not.
At this point of the opening stage of your career, you will be introduced to a new environment where a little more finesse is required to get through, as shown by the many pits, fireballs, and other obstacles. take your time and make it through unscathed, there's a great tool that can be gained in the form of another war whistle. The Hammer Brothers can represent auditors that are there to inspect your skills. You're always trying to avoid them because they can set you back on your mission, but sometimes you must face them, and if you succeed, you may be rewarded.
In our careers, there may also be times where not everything goes quite right. You could be given a new task and not perform well. With this poor performance comes loss of confidence, shown by Mario becoming little. And it may even cause you to repeat the level if your performance is poor enough. However, if you can tough it out and push through, you can obtain a valuable benefit to help you reach your career goal. This is shown here with the cards that provide you with extra lives.
This level throws Mario into a completely new environment, with almost the entire level being set in the sky. This change of environment symbolizes a change within the workplace. This change could be a change of management or being moved to a new building or section. With this change, new strategies may have to be employed for successful completion of this level of your career. In Mario's case, he's not able to run or use speed to maneuver through the level. He must rely on carefully timed jumps to avoid falling. In our situation, we may have to rely on a different discipline of engineering or different skills that we have gained throughout our careers to be successful in a new environment.
The Mushroom House is like training and can help your career as a whole. Most jobs allow you a choice of trainings, and depending on what you choose, one could be more helpful than others.
The airship is the final level of the world, where you can test all of the skills that you have picked up on the way. It is the last chance to prove yourself to your family and your supervisor in order to transition into the next stage of your career. Here, the Koopaling acts as your supervisor and your final challenge or obstacle in this stage of your career. By defeating him, you can prove that you are ready for the career advancement.
can see here, by using one of our tools that we got from an earlier connection, we have a choice about which stage of our career we may want to enter next. This is similar to making the choice to become a supervisor versus another type of GS-13 in the government. It could also be compared to choosing to go to another company for a higher position.
When used back to back, the warps allow you to go all the way to the last stage of your career. Once you finish this stage, you can settle into retirement. This stage can be seen as an entrepreneur making a jump and starting his or her own business. If successful, they can reach retirement very quickly. However, without all of the experience and tools that could have been gained by taking the longer path, it can be a bit riskier. Without the use of the warp whistles, one will transition through the stages of their career and life in a traditional method from growth, exploration, establishment, maintenance, and disengagement. It depends on the individual and which path they prefer to take. Some of the individuals are able to learn more quickly, and some do not have the motivation to develop additional skills required to advance quickly. Some may benefit from the choice, and some may end up having to start over because they cannot adapt to the new environment. There are advantages and disadvantages to both. The question to decide is whether to take the safer, lengthier path or the riskier, faster path.